I got my Tuxing TXEDT032 from FedEx yesterday. This is the box that came in. Pretty well protected. But I have been looking on YouTube for the last couple of days for some information about this particular compressor, and I can't find any, so I thought I would document what I have seen as I opened it up. And it seemed to be pretty well protected. I'm looking. The one thing that I did find was this pressure gauge was kind of out of its mounting, and it doesn't look like it's the material that the numbers are written on is nice and flat on the bottom. I don't know whether that's going to matter at all, but that's the one thing I noticed. The other thing that I noticed in packing was this hose was not attached. It was just sticking out. And I traced the water lines, and I realized that this is the pump, so it would not have been pumping water through the cylinders to keep them cool. Other than that, it was very well packed and protected. I don't see any other issues. It came with 4 bags. One of them, here, let's just check this out. One of them has an extra fiber water filter. It has the whip. And in the whip is the plug. Well, I'll take that off in a minute. Yeah, because it's not coming out easily. The dryer for the oil. It came with 2 Allen keys, Allen wrenches that I don't know what they fit yet. Some extra O-rings, springs, and stuff like that. Again, have no idea where it can be used. This, I assume, goes over the end of the whip. And the double male connector. And a pack of a couple, or I think it's 2 or 3 gaskets. But again, I don't know what you're going to do with them. It looks to me to be about the size of the cylinder, but that would mean that you would need to take the cylinder off to use them. I don't know that I'll be doing that. So that is what came in one bag. Another bag has the IEC cord. Another bag has a little funnel. And the last bag has some extra desiccant and charcoal. Looks to be some filters for the dryer. This is where you add the oil, and after you add the oil, you replace it with this little device here. And I went ahead and I bought the purple oil, royal purple, which is what is suggested. This is the air intake with some desiccant in it. So as you see, it will dry the air as it goes into the cylinder. It comes from the factory without any oil, or with a very little amount of oil. You can barely see that there is some oil in there, but you have to fill it up the rest of the way. Moving around this side is the cooling radiator, the pump as I pointed out earlier, and the water container. Around here is where you fill the water container, and as you see, I did not get a cap for it. So I will have to 3D print a cap for that. And a drain valve down here. Of course, the back of the electric motor. The 2 dryers and the pressure relief valve. I'm assuming that these go here. I'm going to leave them loose. A condenser, I'm assuming to allow any moisture that is left in the line to then accumulate here. And we're back to the intake. Up on top, this is where the IEC goes. This turns on the cooling system. This actually turns the compressor on. And from what I've seen on YouTube and read a little bit, I think that this is the auto purge, but it doesn't say anything like that. The thermometer, they say keep below 185 degrees, that's Fahrenheit. And the pressure gauge. I have it set right now. It came set at 0. I have it set at 200 bar or 3000 PSI. And it has a little thing right on the compressor with operating instructions. And they say to start the cooling system first. And when you see the water flowing properly, then at that point you can turn the compressor on. So, cooling system, allow the circulation to happen, then turn the compressor on. It's got a little reset in case, I guess, you get an overload. And that is the initial walkthrough. I will continue this with my setup.